Chapter 1 of the Bobbsey Twins at School. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information, or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Bethany Baldwin. www.ramblingsbybethany.blogspot.com. The Bobbsey Twins at School by Laura Lee Hope. A Circus Train. "Mama, how much longer have we got to ride?" asked Nan Bobbsey, turning in her seat in the railroad car to look at her parents who sat behind her. "Are you getting tired?" asked Nan's brother, Bert. "If you are, I'll sit next to the window and watch the telegraph poles and trees go by. Maybe that's what tires you, Nan," he added. And his father smiled, for he saw that Bert had two thoughts, for himself and one for his sister. "No, I'm not tired of the scenery," answered the brown-haired and brown-eyed girl. "But you may sit next to the window, Bert, if you like." "Thanks," he exclaimed as he scrambled over to the place his sister gave up. "Are you tired, dearie?" asked Mrs. Bobbsey, leaning forward and smoothing out her daughter's hair with her hand. "If you would like to sit with me and put your head in my lap, Papa can go to another seat and—" "Oh, no, Mama, I'm not as tired as that," and Nan laughed. "I was just wondering how soon we'd be home." "I'd rather be back at the seashore," said Bert, not turning his gaze from the window, for the train was passing along some fields just then, and in one a boy was driving home some cows to be milked, as evening was coming on. Bert was wondering if one of the cows might not chase the boy. Bert didn't really want to see the boy hurt by a cow, of course, but he thought that if the cow was going to take after the boy anyhow, he might just as well see it. But the cows were very well behaved and went along slowly. "Yes, the seashore was nice," murmured Nan, as she leaned her head back on the cushioned seat. "But I'm glad to be going home again. I want to see some of the girls and—" "Yes, and I'll be looking for some of the boys, too," put in Bert. "But school will soon begin, and that's no fun." Mr. and Mrs. Bobbsey smiled at each other, and Mr. Bobbsey, taking out a timetable, looked to see how much longer they would be on the train. "It's about an hour yet," he said to Nan, and she sighed. Really, she was more tired than she cared to let her mother know. Just ahead of the two Bobbsey children were another set of them. I say set, for the Bobbsey children came in sets. There were two pairs of twins, Bert and Nan, nearly 9 years of age, and Flossie and Freddie, almost 5, and whereas the two older children were rather tall and slim, with dark brown hair and eyes, the littler twins were short and fat, and had light hair and blue eyes. The two pairs of twins were quite a contrast, and many persons stopped to look at them as they passed along the street together. "No, sir," went on Bert musingly. "School's no fun, and it starts about a week after we get home. No chance to have a good time." "We've had fun all summer," replied his sister. "I rather like school." "Mama, are we going to school this year?" asked Flossie, as she looked back with a quick turning of her head that set her yellow curls to dancing. "If we are, I'm going to sit with Flossie. Can I?" asked Freddie, kneeling in the seat so that he could face back to his father and mother. Indeed, his request was not strange, since the two younger twins were always together, even more so than their brother and sister. "Yes, I think you and Freddie will start school regularly this term," said Mrs. Bobbsey. "And if it can be arranged, you may sit together. We'll see about that. Oh, be careful, Freddie. Don't put your head out the window," she cautioned quickly, for the little chap had turned in his seat again and was leaning forward to see a horse galloping about a field, kicking up its heels at the sound of the puffing engine. "It's my turn to sit by the window anyhow," said Flossie. "It is not. We haven't passed a station yet," disputed Freddie. "Oh, we have so!" cried his little sister. "Freddie Bobbsey!" and she pointed her finger at him. "Children, children!" said Mrs. Bobbsey reprovingly. "Are you two taking turns?" asked Bert, smiling with an older brother's superior wisdom. "Yes," answered Flossie. "He was to have the seat next to the window until we came to a station, and then—"
Sample complete. Ready to continue?